The 2015 Nissan Juke is a vehicle that is highly underrated and a vehicle that has honestly surprised me multiple times throughout the ages. One, with how much you see them driving around, and the fact that they actually are really good performance-wise compared to most vehicles of a similar caliber. Today we're going to be looking over this Nissan Juke Nismo edition. A nice little touch with the Nismo package on a vehicle dearly beloved by the public. This is also one of our vehicles under 20K, so I get to put it in the 20K special. And this one even has the all-wheel drive feature. You'll have to forgive me for the weather for a bit though, because I'm trying to do this in the rain because lovely Arkansas weather. Thank you for your patience. So what I really want to begin with is when I first looked at this, I loved the Nismo package automatically added to this. You have mirrors here, runners, and going up front, that red Nismo stripe also across the front, and a very distinctive Nismo badge in the front and the back, reminding you this is no regular Juke. I also love the very pronounced lights in the front. I love, again, the Z-style headlights up here, as well as these, giving it a little bit more visual for your buck. Turn signals on the mirror are also an amazing little touch for this car. And I don't know about you, but I've always had a weird love interest with spoilers up here. To give you a little bit more visual during the bad seasons or bad weather, there's a red bar right there as a third brake light. And carrying also your Nismo package down there, the red bar, and a nice, well-pronounced exhaust system. I really want to also make a good point of how nice these rims look on the vehicle, giving that dark color, but the light accenting. Now, first looking at this car from the outside, you think, well, it just looks like a regular Nismo with a few little additions. It's what's under the hood and inside, though, that really make this vehicle stand out. So before we go too much into the interior, which I really want to do, let's go ahead and take a look under the hood. Under the hood may not be the largest engine in the world, but we are looking at a turbocharged engine, which makes this vehicle a little bit nicer for your everyday vehicle, giving it a little more air back and forth whenever you need to feed the cylinders a little more air. I don't know if you know how turbos work, so if you're interested, please ask, and I will make a video on that separately. But what really stands out with this is the fact that it has 210 horsepower. That's pretty respectable for a vehicle that wasn't meant to be sporty, but keeps a sporty flair. The engine may not look like a whole lot, but I tell you, against most vehicles this size, it will surprise you. Now here's the fun part about the vehicle. Again, with that Nismo package, you're going to see a lot of little upgrades you don't usually see with the standard Juke, including the fact that it has a nice little bar up here, giving it more of a race car flair. If you ever watch a lot of your, what are they called, rally racing and NASCAR, you'll notice that there's always a little piece of red tape to kind of help you know that's the way the vehicle's forward alignment works. It's a nice little addition. Also, paddle shifters, for those of you who want a little more control out of an automatic. Wait, did I say automatic? That's right, so this thing looks like it's an automatic, but what really surprised me originally was that it is a CVT transmission. Now, I covered this a little bit in my video involving the Murano, but CVT chooses what gear is best for you based on what you're doing and the current conditions. That makes this a little more interesting in the sense of the vehicle is helping you drive a little bit better without taking away your control. So why do we have shifters if she's she's a CVT? That's one gear. To give you a more sporty flair is really the honest answer here. Now, to continue with the interior design, I also want to point out one of the other things I noticed when I was in this model. Right here, it's a little hard to see, but that is a button for all-wheel drive. That means this Nismo is capable of a little bit more than your standard Juke, which is just front-wheel drive. Now, there may be Jukes out there that are all-wheel drive. I'm not 100% sure. But knowing that I have the option, that's really comforting. Bluetooth, GPS, everything. This car has a lot to offer. I also like the fact that it has a little torque thing down here. Though I really was caught by these. Eco, Sport, and Normal. Giving you just a little bit of extra power when you need it in sport mode, or whenever you need to save a little bit on gas, Eco. Let's put it back on the regular setup. That's a nice little feature not a lot of vehicles come with. And I love the fact that it shows a different gauge each time, making you feel a little bit special about it. Another thing I want to point out is the Nismo package for the interior. The red Nismo badge in black. It's hard to tell that that's red due to the quality of the camera, but yeah. Let me zoom in a little bit. There you go. Give you a little bit better view of that. I also love the fact that it shows the Juke logo, but reminds you that you're still in a Nismo. Back seat provides plenty of room for your passengers. And the trunk, let's go take a look at it. And carrying that Nismo badge all the way to the back, we even get another reminder right here of how nice this is. Now, another thing I wanted to point out, since I forgot to do it in the front, is the Rockford radio system. Such a nice little touch, giving a nice pronounced sound to your audio quality. Now, trunk is super easy to open and close, with my favorite little feature right here, because a lot of cars used to not come with this. And as we continue to lower it, you can see your camera is right there. But wait, that camera isn't the nicest part of this car, believe it or not. Again, I want to point out how much I love one of the features of Nissan. So if we put our foot down on the brake and shift into reverse, you see your standard rear view camera, but you also get this 360 look around. That provides you so much extra that a lot of vehicles don't come with nowadays. Rear view cameras are great, but how often have you been in the store and you didn't see someone right here or right here? And a lot of times that could make the difference between something bad happening to you and something bad happening to them. This saves you, your vehicle, and possibly someone's life. Nissan goes out of its way to make sure that its drivers are safe, providing package after package after package of safety features. Jukes are one of the prime subjects in making sure that you as a driver can not only enjoy the performance of the Nismo package on a Juke, but that you are able to enjoy every minute of your ownership while still remaining safe. Another thing I wanted to point out that I really love about this vehicle, and I'm probably cutting the video off though, is right here. Why do I say I love that? Because one of my favorite little cars which has a similar feature is a Veloster, but it's lacking this. Velosters only come with 3 doors. This one here, 4 doors. Such a nice little touch to make sure that you don't feel like you have to crowd with your passengers. So that makes this easier for you, easier for your passengers, easier for everyone around you, and keeps you safe. If you're interested in buying this car, as you already know, the description down below will have more information. But if you need, feel free to call me up, ask me questions. I'll have my phone number in the description down below. This is 3E from Bentonville Nissan McClarty Daniel, signing off.